Head gasket failure. Hello. This man is called Tom. What's your name, Tom?
Tom. No, do you want second names or?
No, Tom.
Tom.
Is it Tom?
Yeah, it's Tom.
Hi, Tom.
So we need to think of a name for this then.
I've already got one. The registration often gives this kind of thing away. So I'd say Peter.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
That sounds good to me.
Peter Torville.
Peter Torville.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Peter Torville. We'll design a logo for it.
Yeah.
Well, Tom here is quite a tall chap, isn't he? He's taller than me.
Same size as Paul, but
We'll just, I'll stand up a bit straighter. I don't tolerate people being taller than me. You know that. Tom has a turbo 1.8 to Bunging this particular car. So he's come to me, so we can do a project together, a turbo conversion, and this is start to finish, and this is the start.
A 1.4 K series engine with a head gasket failure.
Yes.
So we're just going to start it up now so people can see the chimney effect.
Yeah, we want to make sure that it is actually genuinely buggered, don't we?
Which, yeah.
That would suggest it is.
I think. Bit of mayo on the old oil cap and a bit of pressure in the
rapidly decreasing coolant.
Yeah.
Basically, it's boiled over and gone wrong, but it's boiled over because it's failed, rather than the other way around. Now we also have a slight immobiliser issue as well. Right, so Tom's developed a special technique, haven't you, for doing this?
We might need the second fob that you've got.
Ah, right. We might need a bit of boost on that battery as well, by the sounds of it. Yep. Oh, that's not too good either, is it? Gosh. Oh. It doesn't sound too bad, does it?
No, just,
you're waiting for the smoke.
Yeah.
So the engine is salvageable, possibly, provided the previous owner
hasn't cooked it.
Hasn't, done a. Why did they do that?
I know. Why did they just?
It's overheating. Let's carry on driving it to the next stop
until it blows up.
Yes. What will come first? An explosion or the destination? That looks like it's 2 inch. Oh, it's the DSG gearbox.
That's going to be in a later stage be mounted to that with a adapter plate.
And the
got all the
so it's all in bits, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
Right.
We're going to use some ancillaries from that on this.
So, well, the best thing we could do really would be to take this engine out and then rebuild this one whilst that's out.
Yeah.
Rather than just putting that straight in.
Probably put a new cam belt on it as well.
Well, yeah.
While it's out.
Yeah, I would. We've missed the exciting part of taking the engine out of the van, but Tom's managed to drop a screw down into the
crankcase.
Yeah, which was good move. Good move. Yeah. Do you reckon we can get it out with a magnet?
I think we should be able to. Yeah.
Down there?
Yeah, yeah.
Then I'd probably say no.
Dropped.
Go on, what have you done?
I've dropped a screw down the crankcase.
And you can't get it out because your magnet's too big.
Yeah.
Which
I
told you
big of a magnet.
Yeah, because the hole's only diddy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what about if I try and charge this with some magnetism?
That may work.
Might not though. It's sharpening a knife. Ah.
Oh.
Yes, yes. That's the first success. Well, how long has it been stood with the rocker cover off?
Probably about 3 months.
That's not a good start then, is it?
No.
Where's the turbo?
the turbo, I took the turbo off because there was some shaft play.
I'm going to move the car forward just a little bit so that we have got access better to the boot. So I reckon that'll do. Oh, what was that? Ah, right. Oh, shite.
Over there.
The inaugural handing over of the tool, which is a 8mm socket.
Put it in reverse first.
Yeah, remember, lefty loosey.
Righty tighty.
Yeah, and then I'll go and get a pot. But
Yeah,
they don't need them very
so
long.
I don't drop it in the crankcase.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. Choice of pots for any of these things is always an aerosol lid. It's just the right size. So now then, what we need is, of course, we undo the coil packs.
Yeah.
So all 8mm.
The ECU we're going to use, it's similar. Well, it's more powerful than an Emerald ECU, but it's similar as if it's an aftermarket one. And we're going to go from wasted coil spark, where it's got 2 coil packs and then 2 HT leads that do the other cylinders, and it just basically sparks on not only the intake, but it also sparks on so it'll spark on the combustion, but it'll also spark on when it's bringing her in as well.
So in other words, you're going to do something here that will make it more effective at setting fire to the petrol.
Basically, yeah, we're going to go to having a coil pack on each cylinder.
Right, good idea.
Well, basically we're going to go from the Rover coil packs to 4 Audi R8 coil packs.
Audi R8, so they're not going to be a bit expensive?
No, not as much as you think. I think they're about £25 a coil pack. £20–30 a coil pack.
Well, this is strange. I'm in the yard with a man doing the work, and I'm just doing the camera, which means I don't get my hands as dirty as normal. And it just looks odd. Stood here, filming somebody else do the work. Don't mind though. Do we know that this engine's actually in good order?
I've had a turn over it with a wrench, and it definitely does turn over. It is a high miler though. It has come out of a Rover 75 1.8 turbo.
Right. There we go.
Oh yeah, look. The old Mayo.
Yeah, it's had a lot of coolant going on, mixing there.
Oh.
It's not that bad actually.
You seen worse?
I've seen a lot worse than that, yeah. In fact, I've seen it where you lift the dipstick in it and it just looks like chocolate milkshake.
Nice bit of Mayo for your tea there, Paul.
Well, thanks for that. Does it... Oh God, it's disgusting. Why did you make me eat that? Right, am I missing something here? The 500 breaker.
Horsepower 1 will be in that one, yeah, but this is like a test engine to get the ECU working and everything.
500 brake horsepower?
Yeah. And then hopefully we
through
can...
the front wheels? And you
lighting up the wheels,
and you want it to grip?
Hopefully, yeah.
It's not going to, is it? It's just
Probably
going to be
not.
a
We'll
tyre
probably
shredding
need
machine.
an LSD or something.
Well, it still wouldn't stop it from spinning like buggery, would it?
I wonder if any of the Freelander 4-wheel drive stuff would fit in the MG stuff.
It's not really designed for that. It wouldn't work. It'd just tear itself apart.
Yeah.
This is a DSG gearbox, which of course is a Volkswagen Audi Group gearbox. And the reason for this is that, well, they change gear really quickly. And apparently they don't go wrong if they're looked after in the correct way. It's more electronics that go wrong with them rather than, mechanical. For the moment, until the next episode of this, the engine will just be going into the boot. And what do we find in the boot? The classic empty bottle of water that tells the biggest tale of all.
Of woe.
Yeah. Well, we don't need a radio in it, do we?
No, it's just...
Hey, there's a point. We want this lightweight. So, what could we save by not having the carpet? Right, well, there's obviously going to be a bit of a short video just changing the rocker cover over and putting the engine away, but Tom has something else to show.
So my good friend in Australia has created probably one of the best aftermarket ECUs on the market, and it's going to be plug and play for most MG Rover, most MG Rover models, and all we've got to do is get the loom off that and send it to my good friend Matt in Australia, and he's going to make a plug and play loom. So
Matt who?
Matt Dowsett he's called. This will also control DSG, and it'll also work for, we're making a board at the moment that'll do TSI drivers, so it'll do direct injection engines and stuff like that.
Experimental and off-road use only.
Wink wink.
Yeah. You might be wondering why this is happening in the first place and where this chap's even come from. Because I mean, you just turned up here one day. I didn't even know who you was.
Well, I'd been watching a lot of videos on Rovers and stuff like that, and I watched the Drive Tribe, and I saw Project Nigel, and I recognised the area.
That's
and your accent. So then
you recognise my accent?
Yeah, it's true. My dad did have one for about 5-6 years and never had any head gasket problems or anything.
Yeah, but if you're talking about a car that's got 400 brake horsepower, then something's going to be braking constantly, isn't it? I remember what you said actually. You said, well, when things break, you just fix them.
Yeah, well, that's the good thing about the K series. They're relatively cheap, and it's just bolt in, bolt out. It's not nothing complex about it, really, is there, compared to modern day engines?
So we're looking basically at pretty much supercar power.
Out of a Rover,
Out of a Rover, yeah.
Yeah.
All of this power in a Rover 25
through these front wheels.
Old lady special. We're keeping this as a sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not making it look stupid.
No, just keeping it as it is.
Not looking stupid, but actually being stupid.
Yeah, probably.
So we've got a floor full of boxes and bits so far. Your first job here, Tom, is to remove the loom, isn't it?
Yeah, to send to my friend in Australia to make a loom up for it. A plug and play loom. It's not very security proof if you can just get the ECU out with a grinder and a screwdriver.
Yeah, but who carries around as well? Actually, quite a few people.
Yeah,
these days,
now
it's still, you've got to get the battery out. You've got to get the battery out. You've got to have a grinder with you and a flat blade screwdriver, and you've got to do it without making any noise. So I think it's reasonably secure. What? VW Audi connector? No wonder it doesn't bloody work. Yeah, Tom, you got the ECU out, and you really made that sound like some great triumph there. What about the engine? That's the next bit. I've got an idea, Tom.
Yeah.
Yep, you'll like this. Do you know what? This connector here that you've struggled with actually, that's a throwback from the Honda days.
The Honda days?
Yeah. And so's that one that you're doing now. So what we have is a Rover with Honda bits, BMW bits, Volkswagen bits as well. A proper sleeper. We want some clues. We want it to look like it's your mum's car, right?
Yeah.
Why don't we have a tartan blanket on the parcel shelf? You drop stuff again. Yeah, and how about a sticker in the back of a Scotty dog?
Yeah. Baby on board sticker.
No, it's no lady's car.
Yeah.
Right. Now what you really want is tea cakes on board. Long before they had the proper OBD port, they had one of these, which meant that any old Rovers you can't just plug in with an OBD reader thing. So they've adapted that, put that on there, and then we've got an OBD thing on the inside. I'll go grab something that can... Are you enjoying removing this inlet manifold so far?
Not particularly, no.
That's a pity.
Of a fiddly one, this.
No, it's not. This is really great, just watching you do the work and me telling you what to do. I'm enjoying it. Do you fancy a latte?
Go on, Paul, have a little.
I believe you actually just tasted that.
I wouldn't recommend it as the top of your latte.
Specialist subject. Drop-in tools. You could beat me at that, mate.
Got a bit of a squirter here, Paul.
Oh, well, no, it's just...
Oh.
That pressure's built up way too much there. That's strange.
That's coolant in the combustion cycle, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Well, that's very nice. It's not supposed to do that, you know. At the moment the inlet manifold comes off. Normally it's me doing this, but today I'm happy to see somebody else do it.
Maybe it's not got a head gasket.
I'm sure it has, but those can actually get stuck and cause head gasket symptoms. But the thing is, it doesn't matter because the engine was coming out, whatever the case.
So on stock conrod, stock pistons, stock head, I think the max you would see is 300 horsepower. And I think to get 500, we'll have to put
another engine in it.
Well, a VVC head with forged conrod, forged pistons.
But we'd have to take it all back out again for that.
Yeah, but then
you don't mind doing that?
Don't mind doing that because then we can do something fun with the stock turbo engine.
Right.
Not going to give anything away on that, but
yeah, there's some secrecy going on.
Yeah.
The engine that we've got in the boot there,
yeah,
will be just to get it running to have the ECU that you have.
Yeah. And to make a plug and play loom for anyone else who wants to do it in the future.
Right. So we'll get the turbo engine in, mess about with the turbo, and then take it back out once the ECU is working and the car works.
Yeah, and then we want to put the adapter plate on and the DSG. And the DSG,
which won't make it any more powerful, but it makes it quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then head conrods.
Yes. Basically, over the MG Rover group, they used two different type of crank sensors. So you've got your 2-pin analog sensor that you see mostly, but then in your 75 1.8 turbos, it's a 3-pin digital sensor.
Right.
So we want to get it where you can have a plug and play loom if you want to keep the original gearbox and use the 2-pin analog crank sensor, or whether you want to use the 3-pin digital sensor and the Pt.1 gearbox.
I wonder how much power that gearbox can actually handle.
We'll find out.
It just drives till it breaks then.
Yeah.
So that could actually be another service video, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Explaining how much power you can actually put through an R65 gearbox before it gives up.
Stock clutch and stock flywheel.
Oh well, the clutch isn't going to last, is it?
We'll find out. We could do it until it doesn't last.
Cups of tea are cold already. Here, mate. You've disturbed all that dirt on the floor down there. Just take the alternator off. Just take it off. Stop fucking about and take the alternator off. It's a good name for it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like a new alternator, that.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't break it then. It's alright, isn't it? Well, well done on retrieving this, what looks like brand new alternator.
Just took your joke there, Paul.
Fitted by somebody who hasn't got a clue what they're doing. Well done. Congratulations.
It's alternator.
Ah. Yeah. Just drop it down. Just drop it down there for safekeeping. I think there's only one more thing to unplug, and that is that. Is that one going to fox you as well? There we have it. One K series engine loom, 2 dirty hands.
Bit of shoe polish there, Paul.
Yep. Wipe out on your boots and you might be fine. Oh, he is doing as well. It's funny how people just do as they're told.
This calls for a fist bump, Paul.
Yep. Yeah, that's the loom out. That's as much as we can do today. So the plan for the loom is to
send it to my friend Matt in Australia, who's going to make a plug and play loom for that for anyone else who wants to do a turbo conversion in the future.
What about for us? Right, Tom, so that is it for us today, and we have achieved the task of taking the wiring loom out and getting you filthy, and so until the next one.
Yeah, until the next one, guys.
Bye bye. Girls. Don't think there'll be any girls watching this.